Hi, and welcome to Transparent with Tina. I am Tina Marx, your host. Today's guest is considered to be one of the top bodyguards in the nation. He protects celebrities, politicians, you name it. He's also the U.S. chairman for Bodyguards Against Bullying, has his own podcast, and has set up a celebrity basketball tournament for next summer, 2021. Up next, Bubba Almony. Welcome, Bubba.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today. And I just thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you're on my YouTube show too. So it's a YouTube show / podcast. So people get to see you and they get to hear you. So anyways, I'm really thrilled to have you on my show. And actually you reached out to me and I'm trying to remember how that even happened. Was that because you saw, was it Brian Breach? Was that it?
Yes.
Okay, that's how it is. Anyways, I love the way things happen like that so authentically. And you know what's really interesting? It's like the more that you just really trust and lean into God and the universe, and we're going to get into that because you know what? I was reading a lot about you, and I've been meaning to do that more on my show, and we're gonna get into that. But what I was about to say is that the more that you lean into that and start trusting that, it's just the right people start showing up in your life, and it's just amazing. So, as we start off with every show, let's start off on your backstory and how you decided, and when you decided, and what made you decide you wanted to be a bodyguard.
Absolutely. So, first and foremost, thank you so much for the great introduction. So I get started at the age of 17, so very early and young in my life. Not many people start in a profession at that age, let alone in the security field. And I started in Ocean City, Maryland, at the Do Tour. It was a major BMX and concert venue on the beach in Ocean City, Maryland. And just right away, I was blessed to discover that it was my true divine purpose to be here in life. It was my why. It was something I was passionate about. I loved, and most importantly, over the things I could do personally in the security field, it was the impact that I could serve others and to really have an impact on others, inspire, educate, motivate, and protect others. In a physical standpoint, but also have them with peace of mind when they're attending an event or you're on a personal protection detail for them. And then as far as bodyguarding, I get started at that around 19, and I was bodyguarding Vinny from Jersey Shore, the hit TV show on MTV that we all love. Was bodyguarding him every summer, when he would go on trips or come down to the beach in Ocean City. So, just took advantage of opportunities, and ever since then, just have worked tremendously hard. I've gone on now to be a national champion in martial arts, and have been really truly blessed in the bodyguard sector to have the honor of protecting some of the top events and some of the top names.
Well, when you say you started at 17, but it started before then. I mean, so you did it, you said it was a BMX.
Yes.
So BMX is in, because my son did that. It started when he was 4 years old. Okay. But how did you get that? I mean, were you already trained in martial arts at that point?
I had, pretty much I started martial arts when I was about maybe 11.
Okay.
And have stuck with it ever since. So
why did you start martial arts? Were you?
Actually at first, it was one of them things. It was like it was something new, and it was like you hear of martial arts and you think of a certain thing, and it's not. How life can be. Sometimes it's not always what you think it is, and then you get involved and you love it. And it was one of them things. I used to kind of struggle. I didn't want to go. Parents had to try to get me there, and have the martial arts instructor talk to me, like, come in. And then eventually you get a great mentor, a great instructor, and you just stick with it, and I've stuck with it ever since. And it's forever paid dividends. More importantly than defending yourself, it instills in you goals. It instills in you integrity, honesty, respect for yourself, respect for others, and so many good morals, and to just work hard and sacrifice in life, and that anything is possible.
So it was your parents' idea for you to get into martial arts initially. And it's interesting because my son was involved in that, but he just didn't have the patience for it. I mean, part of me wishes I would have said, you're doing it anyway. because there's that stick to itiveness that you learn in life, that you have to stick to something to get good at something. But I know very well, because I have a very, very dear friend who's a third-degree black belt in jujitsu, and that was his life. And you're right, you do gain a lot of respect, and there's a lot of spirituality in martial arts. And I don't know if a lot of because
Absolutely.
people think fighting, and one thing I do know, and I don't know if a lot of people know this about martial arts, is you're not trained to hurt somebody. You're trained to kill somebody. So like, you don't screw around here. I mean, it's not like, oh, he's getting a little out of hand, maybe I should just, it's like, if you're going to go at him, you're like, is that,
Right.
that's part of your job, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So did you know that you were just talented at this? I mean, could anybody be like really good at this? Or, I mean, it's probably like any sport, right? You have to have talent in it.
Absolutely. I think, anything you do in life, whether you're a paper boy or a martial artist or a bodyguard or a fashion stylist, or you have a podcast, whatever it may be, if you have the endless pursuit to just put your best foot forward every day, and you truly love what you do, that you can succeed at anything in life, no matter what that may be. You want to make it on Forbes, you want to be, Fortune 500 company, whatever it is, that and then if you understand that in life, they won't teach us this at Harvard or any fancy university, but it's all about how we treat people, and it truly matters of how you treat people. You can sell any service, any product, if you have people skills. If you're a car salesman, if you own your business, if you're a best-selling author, whatever it may be, you have to have people skills. And that's so important in life, and that'll get you so far. Relationships and doors will come about, and doors will open through people skills, and treating others well. People remember that. They don't forget, you going above and beyond, or you being a great person, a great human.
Right. And I think people see right through you too. So, I have clients, I'm a business coach, and I'm coaching real estate agents. And, most of 95% of them do not want to get on the phone and call their database. Okay. These are
Right.
people that they actually know. And when you start peeling the layers back, it's like, well, I haven't talked to him a long time. I don't want to come across salesy. I said, then don't. And you shouldn't. Okay. How about picking up the phone with a genuine intent to see how they're doing and to bring some value to them, whether it's something
Absolutely.
about the market, or offering to help them in these times, or giving them a good recipe, anything. When you go, it's all about your intention. And you know what? One thing I wanted to bring up, because I was dreaming about this last night, and it's like, there's so many ways, and I've said this before, there's so many ways that we have been taught things backwards. Okay. And it's all about go out there and get it, go get yours, and you know what, that's backwards. If you give, you will get. Okay. and
Absolutely.
when you're just
Absolutely.
and when you're just chasing after yourself and what you can get out of the situation, that actually cuts off the flow of energy, the life energy force. Whether you want to call that God, you want to call that source, you want to call that universal energy, whatever it is, right?
Right.
So, if you really want to get ahead, people, start giving, start being of service. And, and you talk a lot about God. You filled out a guest form before, our show here, and God's all through it. And it's like, let's talk about that for a minute. And what's your relationship with God? When did you form a relationship with God? Because,
Right.
I think this is really important, because
Uh,
I remember when I was little, I didn't even like to, in my first two books, I don't really like to use the word God, because people go, oh, God, and that's
right.
religious. And, that's why I think it's important to talk about your understanding of what God is. So tell me what your understanding of God is.
Absolutely. So, I just have, so much, everything in my life. I'll put it this way: everything in my life was because of God. Getting something, not happening, to be protected from it. A lot of times in life, we have a misunderstanding that, you kind of touched on this, and I'll go a little deeper, that it's all about what you can get. That's a blessing. We think of that, in our blessings, of it's only what we receive. Sometimes the things that are blocked, the things that don't happen, the toxic relationship we're removed from, the bad people we're not around anymore, the abusive environments that we're not around anymore, those are blessings that we are removed from. So we have to understand that sometimes it's what we lose, or the chains that get broken are sometimes even more of a blessing than what we are given. And it's not that we are ungrateful for what we receive, but we just have to understand, that blessings, they can go both ways. What is given to you and what is taken from you. And that God, when you put him at the forefront of your life, and when you have complete trust in him at all times, whether you have something small or something massive that needs happen, that we serve a big God. He's the creator. He gives us life every day. I wake up with a mindset, and I go to sleep with the mindset that, life is great. Life is amazing. Today will be the best day of my life. That, sometimes we allow our energy or our religion to be tested, but your choices can be on trial, but your faith won't be on trial. And we have to truly understand that. And, that in life, any of the young listeners that will come across this, or just anybody in general, truly, that if you have a dream in life, hold on to it, protect it, and never let it go. Work hard, sacrifice, and put faith first. And with a strong faith, anything is possible. If you pray and you're humble, you give gratitude, you have, as you touched on, the service for others, that there's no limitations that could ever be placed on your life. The only limitations that will ever be put on you is if you put them on yourself. And that, understand the outside noise. There's going to be hate, negativity, normality. Again, as you touched on, you may bring up something, people may not like that, but that's, remind yourself the devil is a liar, and that we have to persevere every day. We have to push the negativity down to elevate ourselves up higher.
Exactly. And you know what? I think for the longest time for me, I had one toe in, one toe out in regards to God, because you know what? I wasn't getting what I wanted. I wasn't getting in the timing I wanted. And, it wasn't until I completely surrendered. And it basically what you said, and the way I like to, a friend of mine had told me this saying, God is everything or God is nothing. And that basically says it. I mean, you can't only have faith and believe when things are going your way.
Right.
And in fact, it's when things are not going your way where you really, really need to lean into it, surrender, and have your eyes wide open, because that's when the miracle happens. It's like, really,
Absolutely.
like, again, it's easy to see, oh yeah, when things are dropping in your lane that are like, obviously blessings, but the ones that are not obvious blessings, like you said, you have to embrace those too. And I that's where the difference was for me, is I completely surrendered. And I do the same thing every morning when I wake up. I say, I love my life, how can I best serve today? And I'm not going to say every day is easy. They're challenging, but then when they're challenging, I hand it back over to God. It was really funny. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm going, does he ever get tired of people going, here's my shit?
Right.
Help me out. You know what I mean? Because I ask a lot, but evidently that's, what he's there for. So, were you young when you found this out, Bubba? Was there a certain experience that you went, a
Well,
light bulb went on for you?
like, so when I was young, was in like a Catholic school and Catholic upbringing and stuff like that. And then, just pretty much stuck with me ever since. And then, especially when you're in the security sector, you really go through some humbling experiences as a bodyguard, as a protector. And most importantly, you have to care about people as a protector. That has to be at the forefront, and you have to have a critical soft skill if you want to excel and get around a certain type of clientele, certain type of events, and things of that nature. You have to have your critical soft skill. That's more important than any size, any anything else that would go along with what we think of a stereotypical bodyguard. And so yeah, faith has always been important to me. And again, everything is glory to God, and his grace, his mercy, his love, all his resources are supernatural, and they're unlimited. So it's not like one day he loves you and then the next day you think, hey, has it ran out? No, it's unlimited.
Mhm.
Again, we get it mixed up, like you talked about. And I'll go a little deeper, is that he's the father, we are the sons and daughters. So we have to serve him. It doesn't go the other way around. He doesn't have to serve us. So
Oh,
anything
I
that he
like
does.
that. That just, and that's so true. And it's so obvious, but a light bulb just went on when you said that. It's just like a parent disciplining their child. It's not easy. You want your child to
Right.
be happy, but he has to discipline us in the same way. So, like, again, lean into it. Otherwise, you're going to miss the message. You're going to miss the lesson, and you're going to have to repeat it again, because if you're meant to learn that, right? So you as a bodyguard, okay, you're putting your life on the line all the time, right?
Absolutely.
So is this, do you get scared? Just be honest.
Well, I've been in some again some very humbling experiences. I've been feet away from somebody getting shot. I've everything, every major thing you could think about that law enforcement deals with, we're dealing with it in the security sector, just on different scales. And when you have that faith, though, that strong faith, and understand that God protects you 360 degrees, 24/7, 365. It's most importantly over any armored vehicle or any body armor that you could wear. If you have the armor of God, that is most important. You have to have that.
Right on, right on. Can you tell us about maybe like the scariest story you've had so far?
Um, a lot of them, but
It's probably more than one, I'm sure.
right. So, I would say definitely the shooting scenario.
Mm,
And anytime there's a shooting, you want to, you don't know how it could go down. Let's just say that, you never know what can happen, where the bullets are coming from. It's usually a lot of unknown, and it's a lot of things. Sometimes obviously we're very trained, we're very prepared, but sometimes the element of surprise, people have that to their advantage, because you just don't know, and you have to stay in that mindset where you're constantly proactive, you're constantly scanning, you have your threat assessments working. You have your layering of security doing their roles. Everyone on the team is important, whether you're a driver, whether you're a lead on the detail, whatever your role is, you have to do it to the best of your ability, to the highest level you're training. And it's a job that you really can't get a thank you, because even if somebody thanks you, ultimately, and we're very appreciative when we do get thanked, but it's something where you're literally giving. Every day you have to make, you're signing up to either protect somebody's life, in the sense of where you may have to kill somebody, or you may be killed to
mm,
to protect the ultimate safety of a client. So
right.
uh it's those are two, there's no greater sacrifices than having to do that in a life. And again, you just have to have that strong faith, especially in this field, especially nowadays, in 2020, with everything going on in the world. You have to have faith. And I
Mhm.
know it might not be easy. We're in some dark times, but that's when, again, like as you touched on, and I'll reiterate, that's when your faith has to be even stronger.
And you know what? I've said this before. I think this is one of the major reasons that this is all happening. It's all God designed, and it's all for everybody to gain a stronger faith. That's
Right?
personally what I believe. So do you carry weapons yourself when you're on duty?
Yes.
You do.
A-
Okay.
absolutely.
And
Yes.
do you so and which technique are you trained in?
With martial arts.
Hmm.
Yes. So three different main ones, and those are American Kempo, Taekwondo, and I believe it's the third one, primarily is ninjutsu.
Hmm.
And I believe I'm also trained in what is it, Taidu. I can't even think of the last one, but those are the three main ones: American Kempo, Taekwondo, and Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is the study of the ninja. American Kempo is similar to boxing, but also implemented in with blocks and punches. And then Taekwondo is your fancier arts, something that you might watch on like an
Yeah.
ESPN tournament on your TV. More of your competitive karate.
Yeah, they're all a blend. I mean, jujitsu is more like holds and throw. There's throws, there's holds, or so. And you're known as one of the top bodyguards in the nation.
Absolutely. And just really humbling. Last year in 2019, I was an honoree for the Elite Bodyguard Awards, and that was to honor the top of the top, the best of the best. And to be only 25, and to to hear that is, you can't put words to behind that. You're talking about going up against people that have FBI backgrounds, that are extensive law enforcement, extensive military background, Secret Service agents. I mean, just to be a part of that conversation, bodyguards that have bodyguarded Muhammad Ali and Oprah and all these big names. I
You
mean,
have?
it. Oh no, not me personally with
Okay.
them, but to be around that environment and just be in the mix of those names. It's again, I can't really put words behind it other than that was just the goodness of God.
But you are a celebrity bodyguard as well,
Absolutely.
right? And how do you get to be known in the celebrity world? I mean, do you have an agent or how does that work?
So yes, that's a great question. Right now, I have a manager. It's something I recently implemented, and I'm definitely very grateful to have him. Somebody with a vast amount of experience, and not just
He's
experience.
grateful to have you, I'm sure.
Right, absolutely, and so definitely big shout out to Michael, my manager.
Mhm.
He's the former founder and owner of the Midwest Basketball League. So not only does he have a background in transportation and security, but he also has a background in business, which is massively important. That you know how to make business calls, that you know how to, with our celebrity charity basketball game, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Yeah.
That he has an understanding of operations and managing those things, and it's you got to have somebody that really is a true proven professional, and that's what he is. And he's somebody that people meet him or coworkers or clients or whatever it may be, and they take a liking to him. So that's important as well. You want somebody that is reputable, professional, and that also people can say, hey, you know what, that's a great person that you have. Most importantly, because what good is it if all this business is happening, but it's not somebody that high level integrity, high level character, that is somebody that can be trusted. Those are most important, and that's what I look for.
Exactly. That you can absolutely trust him with. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And as far as getting your name out there, I would just attribute to that. Most importantly, obviously, you can market, advertise, and promote yourself. You can have a website. Social media is so big nowadays, LinkedIn. But I would really say it's all about when you're with a client, giving them the best that you could provide, going above and beyond. For example, clients needing a service, say, hey, Bubba, I need you for a day. I'm coming to New York. I want to do some shopping with the kids. Want to go to do some restaurants and this and that. When they land, you're there early, you're there punctual, you have everything ready, vehicles tip top shape, you have everything that they might need already. You have everything in alignment, walkthroughs done of their hotel, where are they staying, what type of environment is it there, where the vehicles are going to be parking, making sure that the hotel staff is on point, making sure it's things are done quickly, efficiently, effectively, because clients as well, even if they're high risk or high profile, or even if they're not, you're also there to make their day more effective and more efficient, getting to and from these meetings, to and from these hotels, dinners, wherever it is that you're doing meetings. And when a client can pull up and you have trays of catered food for them, they're eating their Sprinter, they're eating in your SUV, you're giving them not just a service, but you're treating them above and beyond of even what a family member would treat you. I have clients that to this day they refuse to use anybody else just because of how good my team and I have been to them. And that's most important. Not only are you protecting somebody's immediate person, or the immediate persons in a family, but you should have them with peace of mind, complete trust in you. And again, that critical soft skill is so important if you want to get around. Anybody can get in the security industry, but if you want to last and you want your name to really grow, and you want to get those opportunities that could be life changing, you have to have people skills.
Value proposition. How many clients can you have at one time? I mean, and that was another question
So
too. I mean, do you have a life of your own? Do you travel with
right.
them or like,
Yes, a lot of traveling. It just in the nation, I've been all the way north up to Maine, all the way south down to Florida.
uh
I've done Vegas, Texas. I've been to a lot of states. So I've done music tours. I've done Super Bowl 54 between the Chiefs and the 49ers.
so
New York
yours
City.
isn't like day in, day out with a celebrity, like
It.
it's
Uh-huh.
only like if they're going to an event or yeah, because they wouldn't really need you at home, I wouldn't think, right? It's
Well,
only if they're like,
we We also do have clients that we call it like live-in bodyguard, where we've had to be either at a property or with that client 24/7, 365. If, if there, it could be a situation calls for it. I've represented attorneys that have done, capital murder cases or,
Oh,
serious, very serious
right.
murder cases. And, those are, you know, you might not, you might not see it, you might not hear it, you might not expect it, but those, obviously once you start talking about it, then you're like, oh yeah, that definitely makes sense. And so yeah, there's, it could just vary. Somebody could need you for, hey, I need you half a day. I'm
Hmm.
going to the nightclub tonight. Or, somebody could say, hey, I need you for a few days. Or, hey, I need you long term. I need you monthly, weekly, yearly. There's accounts that run. It could be a music label hitting you up saying, hey, I have an artist, X amount of, here's our budget and this is what we need. We need 2, 3 armed guys with this person at all times. So it just varies though. But yes, there are bodyguards that are long term.
And I think that's what would make it interesting too, is it's all different scenarios. So now
Right.
we're going to switch gears here because you are the US chairman of Bodyguards Against Bullying. Let's
Absolutely.
talk about this. I mean, this is one of my favorite subjects because I think it is so important. I mean, so important. Tell us how you form that. What is it? How can we help?
Absolutely. So, Bodyguards Against Bullying is founded by an elite, iconic A-list bodyguard. His name is Mason Haynes. Represented the Kardashians. Been to close to 80 countries. He's been with Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj, every A-list you could pretty much imagine or see on TV, and he has massive credibility. Um, and what we are is we are a global organization with ambassadors in many countries, and we stand up against bullying, abuse, persecution, and harassment in all its forms. And we are a personal safety and anti-bullying initiative. And it's so important nowadays. We have so many people that are being bullied unnecessarily. There's never a good excuse to bully somebody at all. And right here as we talk, computers, tablets, those are some of the biggest ones where
Right.
people are facing these aggressors or harassment, or being their character is being tarnished, or lies are being spread, or whatever it may be. And it's just unacceptable. I'm going to continue to use my voice, my platform, and my positive influence to create and promote positive change in this world. And anybody interested in helping out, you can visit our website, bodyguardsagainstbullying.com. And we
Okay.
also are on social media: Facebook, Bodyguards Against Bullying; Instagram, Bodyguards Against Bullying. Please follow us, support the movement, and let's really get out here. And we have an ultimate goal. We want to be the most powerful and most impactful personal safety and anti-bullying initiative in the world one day. So we're gonna build strong. We're gonna have some of the top protectors, some of the top influencers, top attorneys. We want to make our network and our movement powerful and impactful, and to create true change that is needed in this world right now.
Love it. Love it. Fantastic. So you've got your you've got your all your social media platforms, and it's Bodyguards Against Bullying. And that's the
Yes.
website as well. Okay, good.
Yes.
Now you've also put together a celebrity basketball tournament, and that's
Absolutely.
what, coming summer of 2021.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so tell us about that. It kind of
So
reminds me, you're probably too young to remember this, but
uh,
there was a show called Battle of the Network Stars. Do you remember hearing about that?
yes,
It,
yes, I
it,
do.
that was in my day. I worked for the production company that did that. So it kind of, I was thinking
Wow.
about that this morning when I was reading that. So go ahead, tell us about
Yes.
the celebrity basketball
So
tournament. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay,
I had a phone call there.
okay.
Um, I have it on Do Not Disturb, so I'm not sure why that came through.
Thank God
But
for editing.
right. So
Okay.
with that, I just decided. I said, I need to do something out here where I have the network, I have the resources, I have clients, friends that are, whether it's a celebrity or influencer or a top successful business person. I said, how can I bring these people together and do it for a great cause? And as you mentioned, I was the chairman for Bodyguards Against Bullying, and I said, you know what, I really need to do something. Uh, Speaking engagements are great. Getting on Zoom calls are great. but let's make something big and have an impact felt so powerful, and really just inspire the kids, inspire the youth, and to create change for our victims, create change for the bullies, the aggressors. Let's help everybody. And that's what I wanted to do. So I teamed up, obviously with my manager, and um, we sat down and talked about this, and we knew right away it was going to be an amazing opportunity. And so Saturday, August 28th, 2021, Bubba's celebrity basketball game will happen in Snow Hill, Maryland. Tip-off will be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have some of the top celebrities, influencers. We have David Meltzer coming, a very successful person.
Did you know that I just had David on my show last week?
Wow. No, I didn't.
And you know what is funny? At the very end, he cut out, so we did it, and then I couldn't convert it. So he was just on here yesterday to finish up the end of it. And remember when I was saying earlier how this whole alignment and people coming into your life? The week before I had him on, I had his mentee on, did not know that. He's like, well, I have a mentor. His name's David Mentor. I'm like, he's on next week. And now he was on last week, and now you're on, and you're mentioning. Okay, so what about David? So David how?
Yes. So we connected through social media, just
Great
networking, and we get connected. Great guy, obviously very successful, and most importantly, he has the mindset that he wants to serve others and inspire
a billion
motivate,
people.
most importantly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so he'll be out there, he'll be playing.
Oh, right on.
And we'll have Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champion from the Baltimore Ravens. Redskins players, more Ravens players, artists.
Okay.
People.
Let's do a deal right now. If I get on a plane, because I'm in California, and I go all the way to Maryland, am I going to have like a seat on the floor with my son?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, deal. Everybody heard it. I will be there then. I'll be there.
Yes, we'd be honored. We'd love to have you there.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yes. Okay, so there's another question that you answered, and I was like, wow, how cool. And I bet he will be. So I said, what are your dreams and goals?
So right now, I'll say my long-term goal eventually is to run for president of the United States of America. We need great leaders. We need great people. A lot of people just think like, oh, is that person a great leader? Are they a great president? Are they a great governor? But they never ask the question, is he a great person? Is he or she a great person? Are they a great human? Do they not just want to get up there and play politics or this and that? Or do they really want to truly serve others? And that whether it's a homeless person or whether it's the most successful person in the world, that everyone gets treated equal, that you stand for everything, every injustice, every whatever it may be, that you are that person that can stand, and that most importantly, over any of those things, that you are a great person and you have a strong faith, and that we need that. We need to in 2020, if it wasn't more obvious now than ever, that we have to get back to our faith. We have to get back to religion and God, and whatever that is, whoever you pray to, that we have to get back to it, as long as it's somebody obviously that is serving you positive thoughts and things of that nature. We have to do that. Some other goals I have is just to continue every day to help others, to literally give my life away. I know David Meltzer talks about that, the service to others, and I really want to just continue to serve others. As you touched on early in this podcast, we understand, we have to get things in life, we have to make money, we have to do this and that, but when you can give to others, there's no more great feeling, there's no more positive impact that you could have on somebody. And a lot of people get misinterpreted as well, that giving is just, oh, you signed $1 million check, here's a donation.
No.
Giving can be your time, giving can be education, giving can be inspiration, motivation, giving could be prayer, giving could be any of those things. It could be mentorship, it could be coaching, it could be anything that is positive to somebody else.
A smile, anything, and I just read, because I'm reading the 7 spiritual laws, and I'm reading it this morning, and it said, every day you should make it a mission to give to somebody in some way, whether it's a compliment or it's a smile or it's an offer to do something. And that really is the magic pill. If you do that, your life, you're going to have challenges, but you know what? that's when the magic happens. That's all I could say. That's when the magic happens. And it's like,
Absolutely.
I tell my clients, get out of your own way. Stop thinking, about this or that. Just when you're starting to get depressed or you're feeling like this is too difficult, go serve somebody, and it gets you right back where you need to be. And yeah, absolutely. So three takeaways for somebody, let's say, that hasn't found their dream or has their dreams, too scared to go after it. What would you say to somebody to
I'll,
to aid, realize their, find their purpose, and then also how do they go after it?
Absolutely. So you really just have to pray on it. And sometimes it's trial and error. Sometimes, hey, you work at the restaurant. Sometimes you run for mayor. Sometimes you do this, that, and that. And sometimes you get into it and hey, you don't like it. No love lost. Sometimes you get into it and you love it right away. So and don't give up on things so easily. Sometimes it might, for you to develop that passion and that love and that happiness, it might take you a few months,
Mhm.
and most importantly that, today you could have, you could say, hey, I have a dream. I want to get into this university. I want to become this doctor. I want to be a top attorney. I want to do this. I want to do that. Whatever your dream is, that's your dream, nobody else's.
Mhm.
Why care about somebody else's approval in life? Even if we went out today, me and you, Tina, and we go out and we feed the homeless and we feed them nice quality food, people are still going to say, hey, you guys could have gave them steak and lobsters. You guys could have did this and that. They're going to have an opinion on
Absolutely.
everything. So
Absolutely. You know what? I love that you said that, Bubba, because you know what? I said this just the other day. It's like, no matter what you do, not everybody's going to like you. So stop chasing the approval of other people. The only approval you need is the approval of God. That's it.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And doing the right thing, because people are gonna not like you anyway. And that's what I mean also about staying in your own lane. Absolutely.
Absolutely, and I'll just leave off on this with that question is, you'll be successful as long as you don't give up on yourself and don't give up on your dreams. You'll be
Mhm.
successful. It's really simple. Just don't give up, and
Yeah,
and you'll get through it. You'll persevere. You'll face adversity. You'll be triumphant. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but you just got to have that mindset and stay locked in and focused.
exactly. One last question to you. How do you feel about
Yes.
mentors? Do you have a mentor? Because Jeff Bentner's mentor is Dave, and he believes in mentor. I really believe in mentors. I think that that's really
Yes.
helps you along the way too. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's, it's crucial. It's pivotal. You got to have that. Whether it's a coach, a teacher, mentor, life coach, whatever it may be, you need
Mhm.
that positive figure in your life. They pay expansively dividends, and I encourage it. I just got off of, I think it was last month, doing some work with Worcester Youth and Family. They're like a counseling service, and they deal with kids and mentor programs, and they brought me on to talk with them, and it's so important to have mentors, and it's something that they expressed, and you got to have them.
Yeah.
They, most importantly, what you can gain from them is not just the successes and their story of success, but you can learn from their failures as well. Of, hey, this is what not to do, and they're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But sometimes you have to have that. You have to put your ego and your pride to the side and be willing to embrace that, and take it in, and inhale it and digest it, and use that for greatness. We all have greatness within us. So we have the same 24 hours in a day. We have
Exactly.
the same 24 hours in a day as the president, as Michael Jordan, as LeBron James, as
Exactly.
all these people we may look up to. So
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Let me just end with this. It's like, we're all unique and we all have our own talents and our own gifts to bring forth to the world. And that should not be ignored. You know what? God puts a certain purpose in your life to bring forward for the benefit of yourself and for others. Don't ignore it. Really nurture that, make that your priority, bring it forth. And you know what? This world's going to be such a better place. So, anyways, thank you so much, Bubba. If anybody wants to get in touch with Bubba, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
so yes, and you're welcome anytime, and I greatly appreciate it. It was an honor to be on here. And the best way to contact me is, you can email me. It's almonyadriano@gmail.com. you could reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, Bubba Almony, BUBBA ALMONY. And also as I mentioned earlier, the Bodyguards Against Bullying. We're on all major platforms, and we have a website. So just, lastly, I'll leave off on this. Whatever your dream is in life, again, it's your dream, it's your responsibility. You can wake up and say, that you're jealous or envious of the person more successful than you, or you could say, hey, I know because of them doing it, I can do it as well. And have, in life, delete any negativity from your life, any negativity from your mindset. Look at things as blessings, as positives, as opportunities, and you will be all right. And continue to have faith.
Exactly. And love the fact that you said it's your responsibility, because it is a responsibility, and take it as
Absolutely.
that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I know I'm gonna be seeing you at least next summer, if not before
Yes.
then.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Such a
Absolutely.
pleasure. Thank you for tuning in this week, and we will see you next week. Have a great day, everybody.
All right. You too. Bye
Thanks.
bye.
Bye.